It's been a little while since my last forecast, but now that we're beginning to see some new developments, I think this is a great opportunity to give you all an update on the weather. First off, let's do a quick recap of the last week. My recent videos were focused on the development of a strong anticyclone, especially over the Nordic countries, and this caused a temporary change in the storm track further south. That came to fruition earlier this week when the first storm system moved into Iberia. Shortly thereafter, another complex area of low pressure moved in, and it continues keeping parts of Europe unsettled. In fact, this storm was named Monica by the French Met Office yesterday, and as it continues to move inland over the next few days, it's going to continue breaking up, bringing widespread precipitation across Europe, including some areas a little further north as that high pressure system degrades. We're going to revisit this map to see what's next, but here's an update on the precipitation totals as we start off the new week. As you can see, precipitation won't be too heavy for most of us, but we could see some heavier rainfall and perhaps some flood concerns around the Adriatic Sea. Looking further west, you can see a trend towards drier weather across Iberia as Storm Monica exits the region, and this is because of an anticyclone taking its place. Then if we take a wider view of Northern Europe, the Nordic countries are going to remain mostly dry in the near future as the large high-pressure system holds on for as long as possible, but as you can already tell, it's quickly losing its grip on the British Isles and Ireland, with heavier rainfall coming into the picture. So by this point you may be wondering, what can be expected through the rest of the week? Well, as early as March 12th, you can already see that relatively small anticyclone taking over Iberia, so that's going to give us all a brief break from the rain. It won't take long for a new disturbance to approach from the west, and as it gets closer to Portugal and Spain, it's going to quickly degrade and barely reach the region with any precipitation. We may see some scattered rain showers or even thunderstorms, but this system won't be very robust at all. Around this time, a stronger low-pressure system will be crossing in between the British Isles and Iceland, but it shouldn't be too impactful for those areas. By the 14th, this same system is going to spread into Scandinavia, bringing the first significant round of rain and snow after a period of dry weather. Once we pass this point, the pest from the west is going to be here to stay, offering rainy, cloudy, and mild weather. Now looking at the potential precipitation totals between the 10th and the 20th of March, you can easily see the impact that the pest from the west will have, with a well-defined fire hose of precipitation aimed directly at Ireland and the United Kingdom. The precipitation forecast will be fine-tuned as more details about these storms come out, but this is a pretty good estimate for the coming week. One last thing I wanted to consider for today is the temperatures. I'm not expecting any drastic or major temperature changes for most of us, but there are a couple places I'm going to be paying extra attention to. The Iberian Peninsula is one of these places I'll be watching for. The persistent Atlantic storms have actually been the primary reason for cooler than average temperatures across much of Iberia, but now with the weather pattern changing, this is going to allow for temperatures to warm back up. In northern areas, it's actually the opposite effect. Instead of the active storms bringing cooler than average temperatures like they do in southern Europe, it's actually the lack of storms which has allowed for some cooler air across places like Scandinavia. So now with the pests from the west coming back and becoming more concentrated further north, this is going to allow for increasing temperatures in many areas. So now in conclusion, it looks like the upcoming week is going to be relatively tame in terms of weather, but I hope you enjoyed this update. If anything changes, you can be sure I'll provide further forecasts with additional and more refined information. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.